I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this morning. I'm so honored to stand before you as we announce an exciting and, as Ms. Green said, transformative development for the town of Bladensburg. As part of our commitment to advancing economic development, we are following the Maryland Municipal Annexation Statute to initiate the successful annexation of the former site of the Prince George's County Hospital, which we affectionately call Hospital Hill. This annexation represents a pivotal moment in our town's history. By integrating the Hospital Hill area into Bladensburg's jurisdiction, we're taking a significant step forward to revitalize this critical property, enhancing our local economy, and improving the quality of life for our residents. The decision to pursue this annexation was carefully considered, and we acknowledge the concerns expressed by our neighboring jurisdiction. Over the past several months, we have engaged in thorough discussions with our legal team, our consultants, our experts on staff, and we assess this opportunity. We have considered their guidance, and along the way, we have also considered the guidance of our residents and community stakeholders who have expressed over many years the desire for our town to advance on economic development. We've heard all of your voices. We've heard your concerns. We've also heard your aspirations. And we're proud to present a path forward that reflects our shared vision for a stronger and more vibrant Bladensburg. This acquisition will provide an opportunity to breathe new life into a property with a rich history of service and care. With careful planning and collaboration, we envision a revitalized Hospital Hill that not only serves as a hub for healthcare and wellness, but also integrates sustainable housing alternatives and retail opportunities and much needed green space and community space for our town residents. As part of our commitment to transparency, we will continue to keep residents informed along the way. I would also like to take this time to thank the Bladensburg Town Council once again, our dedicated staff, and our team who's been working tirelessly to make this annexation a reality. Your hard work and collaboration have laid the foundation for a brighter future for the town of Bladensburg. This is more than just a territorial expansion. It is a bold step forward, realizing our vision for Bladensburg as a thriving, inclusive, and forward-thinking town. Together, we will ensure this opportunity brings meaningful and lasting value to our residents, our business owners, and also our visitors, but just as important, to our neighboring jurisdictions. Thank you, and I will now take 5 questions.
What brief talked to you before regarding this issue? Not a whole lot seems like has changed since that time. Just what are your thoughts in terms of Chevrolet still maintaining that this was sort of a land grab? We were taken by surprise. Bladensburg doesn't actually border the property, and then the developer did issue a statement saying, you know, we have been working with Chevrolet all this time. This would be disruptive to our plans. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I just find it quite odd that a developer who is contracted by the county, in this case the Redevelopment Authority, would take such a strong stance in opposition to any municipality annexing that site into their borders. The developer does not have ownership in this site, and so we haven't been included in any conversations, even though we are an interested party. We're 0.34 miles from the site, and so we are going to be impacted by this regardless of annexation or no annexation. And then just in terms of conversations that we're not privy to, our town council cannot make decisions off of information that is not publicly available. We did the right thing in following the annexation process as outlined by the Maryland state statute. And so in this case, in doing our homework, we noted that there were no formal documents filed by our neighboring jurisdiction. And so finding that, we had to make a decision that was in the best interest of our residents to advance our economic development.
The Mayor Chevrolet has said that she has state and local and community support, something that you don't have, and that she's willing to file a lawsuit. What's your response to that?
I find that very interesting. We have actually been contacted by Cheverly residents who are grateful that Bladensburg is advancing with annexation because they're not in favor of it. So to say that she has all the community support is not what we found to be true. I'm sorry, could you restate the second part of your
She's
question?
going to file a lawsuit.
And so I think it's interesting to threaten to file a lawsuit. I'll give you an analogy. If you and I are shopping for a home, you've been shopping for 10 years, let's say, you've saved your money, you've put yourself in a position where you can make that purchase, but you took 10 years to make that purchase. And let's say I come along, I have all the resources necessary to purchase that home, and I take steps. I put a contract on the home, I put down the down payment. You can't fault me for taking the necessary steps to advance myself or advance my community in this case. And so that's how I look at this. If they were serious, they should have moved forward more quickly. It shouldn't have taken several years.
And given the developer statement, is there a concern that this hospital development would actually fall through? And have you been in contact with them, or would you be seeking a different development?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, again, it's interesting that the developer is taking such a strong stance and would even propose that this could cause financial harm. When you look at it, again, they don't own the land. The county does, the redevelopment authority does. So to have someone weighing in so heavily who has no ownership on that property, they are a contractor for the county government. So I think it's very inappropriate to make such strong statements, particularly when you're talking about one municipality over the other. I just think that's completely inappropriate.
You're supposed to have public comment tonight, listening to members of the public about what they want to see. Should you hear that they're not in support of Bladensburg moving forward, will you then acquiesce, or will you still continue?
That's a great question, and that is a critical piece. There will be a public hearing. Just a point of clarification, it is Thursday night at 5:30 here at Town Hall, and this is for Bladensburg residents to hear their voices formally recorded in the public record. We've been out talking to residents since this became public, and by and large, it has been hugely positive feedback from Bladensburg community. So I feel strongly that we'll have their support, but again, we have to make the right decision once we have the hearing and formally get their input on the public record.
But not to say purposely, but you didn't answer part of what I was asking.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. The developer, or would you, you feel like you can work with this developer, or are you looking at just starting from scratch?
Oh, absolutely. And thank you, Ms. Spencer. I didn't mean to miss
No,
that second part of the
problem.
question, but you raised an important point. We are so open to having conversations with the redevelopment authority, with the developer, with our residents further, but also with members of the Cheverly community as well, because we want to be a good neighbor. So just as an example, there's a portion of the town where residents don't want their cul-de-sacs to be opened up. That is something that we can work with them on to make sure that we respect them and respect their views. Again, that's just one small example, but we absolutely welcome the opportunity to have further conversations. I think that's all that we have time for this morning. But again, I want to thank everyone for giving us the opportunity to just share from Bladensburg's perspective. This is truly about advancing our community. We're trying to expand our town. We're trying to do the jobs that we took the oath of office to do, which is improve Bladensburg. So thank you all so much, and God bless you.